It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tariq Cohen, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because they only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this returnable for Rager. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Sanders not finding a whole lot as he'll get forward for about 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 42 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. He finds Robinson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges delivered to the NFL.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Cohen. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This is Cohen, and the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
51 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The 20, 10, and he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big pick up there on the scramble.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Toss play, Cohen, right side. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Play action. It's Fields. They'll roll him out right. But he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
49's the mic, 149. Stop your whining. Check 52.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Here's Hurts to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts. Forced out to his left. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Reagor, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. For the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Off play action, Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. This is intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but back. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Jakeem Grant now to return. And able to get this out to the 25. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Check, 55. You got nothing with that. You got nothing. Check. Check.
Here's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Fields. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Pollard elects to keep. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. Steps away to his left. Left side to Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
sack lunch. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one is going out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On the give, this is Cohen. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. C.D. Lamb deep for the Cowboys. This is taken at the 18. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 9. They'll try to counter here, Cohen. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Buying time to his left. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike, 6.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Final play of the half. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
On second down, Elliott once more. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Here we go, 47. 6. Here we go, D, get up.
4th down, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Got his tight end here. It's Holtz. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They run. This is Cohen. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Tariq Cohen taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he goes out right around the 39.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
First down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Fighting through and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
57.
Back to throw, Fields. He'll buy some time right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Chicago. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now Cohen. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. Here's Fields. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Santos' kick is up and through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Now it's Fields. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. Back deep, CeeDee Lamb. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Prescott now from the 50. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Set him back 5. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Washington football team. Set for football now on a sunny afternoon in the second city. And off we go from Soldier Field. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Fields. Rolling to his right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This is Cohen, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Run past the 30-yard line there. From the 31, Heineke. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up the third down. Gibson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On first down, right back to Gibson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Washington first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to the ground with Gibson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the 17-yard line.
Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Let's go.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 74 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Eddie Goldman in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind join you in just a couple of minutes. We'll get you to Orlando, and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, Heineke. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Fields.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They go play action. Now Heineke. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, here's Heineke again. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 3rd down, Heineke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt.
good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left.
Soldier Field, always a tough place to kick, especially for younger guys who don't kick here regularly. And I think the Winds just claimed another victim.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Flushed out right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
One play action. Fields.
Caught by Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Heineke's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To the air again, Heineke. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Final play of the half here, Heineke.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and I think the Bears have recovered. They have. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing: take care of the football.
First down, a run with Cohen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there and in his second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And a play fake, and now Heineke. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Washington 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. That into the hands of his tight end, Holtz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 53 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, Carter. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Second and 10. Now Heineke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. 2nd and 20. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. On the ground with a tight end. Didn't quite get the touchdown, but now they're really knocking on the door.
And if you're the play caller, now you're thinking to yourself, what is your sequence? Because you're not just thinking one play here just in case. You're looking ahead as well. I wonder if he's just thinking 3 power plays at max to get the ball in the end zone.
Montgomery. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke, quick slant to Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On play action, Heineke. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he finds Seals Jones complete. Again, it's Heineke. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Heineke. Forced out to his left. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Heineke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.